All right, what's up, Western Iowa Tech students? I have another special guest. First of all, Friday, right? It's Friday. I have in front of me Shane Sampson, the instructor, right, for auto mechanics. Did I get that right? Automotive Technology.
Absolutely.
All right.
Automotive Technology. Yep.
That's right. Hopefully I didn't get you in trouble when I called you the instructor. Of course, we got more instructors, but
that's what I prefer. We're just going to go with that. The instructor.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I was looking forward to this when we reached out to each other because I knew I could let my hair down a little bit.
Right? There
You
you go.
know, even before we start with the questions that I got, I see something nice sitting on your right hand shoulder. What the heck is that?
So yeah, I'm out in my shop here, my little getaway, my man cave, I guess. But
Hey, man.
Yeah, that is 1970 Camaro, and that was the first car that I bought when I was back in high school. So the first car I used my own money to pay for, and I've had it ever since. So,
nah, wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Split bumper. I mean, that's beautiful, bro.
Thank you. And it's one of the things that, you know, whatever you're into, some people, whether it be their dogs or their, you know, whatever, or, you know, if you're a car guy, there's just something kind of about your first real car that you kind of fell in love with.
Wow.
And it's kind of like one of your kids. You can't say, well, you know, after they grow up, I just want to get rid of them. But hopefully not. But so I've been asked over the years, you know, hey, you want to sell that car? What's the deal? And it's just something that, I don't know, hopefully I'll pass it on to my kids. I have no intention of ever getting rid of it in my lifetime anyhow, but it means a lot to me. And
wow.
Yeah.
That is just crazy, man. My dad, I feel horrible right now because I didn't buy it with my own money. My dad gave it to me, but it was like a 1979 Buick Riviera, two-tone ice blue with the spokes, and I took it off jumps. I took it to the dirt hills, bro. I took it to the dirt hills and took it off jumps. Lost the hubcap. It was horrible.
Nice.
And I could just, oh my God, if I would have took care of that car. But anyway, man, that's beside the point. Let's get into the meat of some things here. So what I want to ask you about, forget about all the other stuff, SEMA, right? Y'all doing it big, right? I've sit in this green truck that y'all put together, wishing that I could have that, but I know that's out of my reach. Man, how in the heck did you put such an awesome, beautiful truck together?
Well, to go back, I guess, for those that don't know what SEMA is, SEMA, Specialty Equipment Manufacturer Association, what that stands for. In the automotive industry, when you talk about people that customize cars, build cars, sell parts, SEMA to car guys would be like the Super Bowl of automotive events. It's the thing. It's where every company, whether you sell paint, tires, wheels, stereo equipment, whatever.
Everybody's there.
Everybody. And it's not just United States. We're talking global. We're all over the world. If you're serious in the automotive industry, SEMA is where you go to showcase your products, showcase your builds, meet with customers as far as purchasing and buying whatever product for your shop or whatever, but SEMA's it. So if you're a car guy, a car builder, we all think about, man, wouldn't it just be something to someday display something that I built at SEMA? That's just something that's in the back.
Dream, man. Yeah.
That is it. That's when you set goals as someone that customizes cars or builds cars or in the automotive industry, you just think of, that's what car guys sit back and dream of. Like, if I could be at SEMA sometime, that'd just be it. Well, so the auto body instructor, Tim Hardick, and I had been going out to SEMA just as instructors and for quite a few years. So we'd be out there every year. Well, back in 2016, him and I are out there, and we're walking by a booth, and the booth happened to have these cool rear view mirrors that had backup cameras implemented into them. And And it just caught my eye as something I was interested in for a car we were building at school. So we go in and start looking at their products, and the one guy that runs the booth there, his name is Brian Paley. And this guy, I got to tell you, he is what you think of when you think of an East Coast New Jersey guy, like from The Sopranos.
Forget
you
about
think
it.
of that. That's him. He's just short, stocky, built, that Jersey accent. I mean, he's just a rock. Anyhow, we get to just kind of talking to him about his products and whatever. And the other thing at SEMA is, so say you sell something like him, well, with all electronics. To get people to come in your booth, what typically they do is have some custom car in every booth to attract your attention. So you have a reason to come in like, oh, gotta go check this car out.
Right.
And so on and so forth. Well, the car he happened to have in his booth was a, oh my God, Aston Martin, one of the James Bond.
A vintage one, okay.
Yeah, something from, it was a replica of a James Bond movie car.
Yeah.
So we get to talking about this car and with him and so on and forth. Well, then as we become more comfortable and BSing with each other, he starts kind of venting to us and complaining about the issues he had with car builders and getting commitment to have a car in his booth. So
I see where you're going.
Yeah, this was the third guy because he had made a commitment with somebody. As SEMA approached, that guy called and said, oh, I'm not going to get the car done. Sorry, I'm not going to be there. So then he's scrambling to find somebody else, finds another guy. That guy says, yeah, I can get something together. A week before SEMA, that guy calls him, says,
Wow.
dude, my wheels didn't show up, so sorry.
Wow.
So he's scrambling a week before SEMA. He finds this car that's, a friend of a friend of a friend happens to have this in their garage, whatever. And so he puts this car. So he's telling us these stories like, man, it's just so frustrating to get someone to commit and show up on time. And if they say they're going to be here, just be here. And laughingly, we're just like, hey, we build cars.
There it is.
We'll do it. And he kind of looks at us like, what? And we're like, seriously, we'll build a car for your booth next year. And he sits back and we just said it jokingly. We're not thinking that anybody's going to let us put a car in their booth at SEMA. And he thinks about it. And I say we had already talked about the education and we were instructors and whatever. And he's like, I think that sounds like kind of a cool idea. Let me think about this a little bit after SEMA. Let me get with the owner and we'll talk about this and I'll let you know. And so Tim and I walk away and kind of look at each other like, did that just happen? Did we just fall into just whatever?
That's how it happens, man. That's how it happens.
Absolutely. It was just absolutely random. It was unplanned. It was nothing we're pushing for. Obviously it was always in our mind, but never, it just happened. It's crazy.
And shouts out to Tim, your partner in crime. Well, we're not crime, but, partners in building, right?
Yep.
I think I already know it's safe to say that your favorite car is a 1970s Camaro. Is it safe to say that?
I'd say today, yeah. Yes.
True car guy. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it just depends on what you see next. Oh,
exactly.
My God. Okay, so I'm a student. I'm thinking about becoming a student at Western Iowa Tech, right? And I got a job, but I'm not happy, right? All of a sudden, I see this interview, and my gosh, I want to freaking go to Western Iowa Tech Community College. How long would that take me to get a job from the start? And I'm a decent mechanic, so I'm not going to have problems with the classes, and I can take and get through it. How long would I'm looking at?
So a program like ours, an associate's degree, from start to finish is 21 months. That includes 2 normal school years and then the summer in between.
Okay.
The awesome thing about our industry right now is the demand. And there is no such thing as a out of work good auto technician. There just isn't. That is like searching for Bigfoot. You're not going to find it.
That makes sense.
It just does not exist. Because there is more job opportunities in our industry right now than there is people coming into the industry. And GM did a study just a couple years back on just General Motors dealerships. So if you think about all the Chevy, Buick, Cadillac dealerships all over the United States, they looked at how many technicians they were going to need in the years coming up as their workforce aged to the point of retirement and job changes and stuff. And just GM calculated that they needed 3,000 more technicians than they had in the GM training programs. So if you look at all the manufacturers, whether that be, whatever you're into, Volkswagen and Fords and Chryslers and GM, all those big manufacturers are saying, there's not enough just for us. And then you got all the small repair shops and all the other opportunities in our industry. It's a good time to be an auto technician.
Wow. So
more.
You kind of froze up just a little bit. I think you're going to come back though. Can you hear me?
All right, am I back?
No, you're frozen. You ought to see how you're looking right now, man. It's crazy. Your eyes. Okay, it's better. Okay.
I'm moving on this end.
It's better now. Hey, so I think I was going to ask you about placement, but I'm sure that's fine because you just kind of got through going over that.
So what we see in our program, so I'm just talking the Siouxland area. Obviously this translates to all over the country, but most of my students that come in, and I'm the first year instructor, so I'll have all the students that start. And then in the summer between, so just going into that at this time of the year, the summer in between their first and second year, our kids are required to go out and do on-the-job training, get a job, and get the opportunity to see this industry firsthand for their summer semester. Well, what I typically see is before summer gets here, most of my guys have already found positions while they're still in their first year of school.
Wow.
They're already employed. And most of our local employers, for instance, if someone needs a technician and they call me this time of year when graduation is approaching, they say, hey, I'm looking for a graduate. I need to hire somebody. Very seldom do I have anybody at graduation time. Most of those kids have been employed for a year already.
Jobs. Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow. That's crazy.
Here's something else I tell students too about, a program like auto technician, but it doesn't matter if you're talking auto body, welding, carpentry, most of the programs that we have at Western Auto Tech. If you learn a skill, if you can do something, whether that weld or build an engine or paint a car, build a house, whatever, if you've got a skill, wherever you want to live, whether if you want to stay in Iowa or you want to jump on a plane, fly out to Florida, go to Las Vegas, wherever you decide your place you want to be, as soon as you get to whatever town you decide I want to live in, if you got a skill, you are employed.
Yeah.
That's just something that kids need to think about when they're thinking about jobs. Like, if I have something, if I know how to do something, there is a place for me. Absolutely.
Wow, you can't, sometimes, coming in my latter years being employed at Western Iowa Tech, when I first got there, we were like bachelors. And I don't know, man, we got a lot of bachelors now. And I know that VOTech degrees are the backbone, man, from auto mechanics to welding to diesel mechanics to truck drivers to, and I think what we're going through right now really shows that, so hopefully auto mechanics, Walmart workers, all of them will come out the other side of this with a newfound respect for them. I never, trucking's important because everything touches the truck.
And that's what, for so many years, and unfortunately it probably still happens, is the technical programs seem to have gotten a bad rap and like playing second fiddle or something like, but when something like this epidemic was dealing with, you're like, you know what, those were the jobs that are now essential.
Facts.
And it's like, when we start saying, you look at a list of essential jobs, it's not a bad thing to be on that list. Like, oh, those guys got to go to work. No, what that's saying is this is what's important to keep this country moving.
Right.
That's what it means to be an essential employee, not so.
Right. Like I said, hopefully that will catapult them even to a higher wage. Really, that's just facts. Now check this out, Shane. I know that not only do you go to SEMA, right, but you guys kind of have your own car show here locally, right? Show and Shine, Western Iowa Tech Show and Shine. Want to speak a little bit about that, and then are we still doing it, or is this COVID thing gonna shut the motors down? What's up?
Well, unfortunately, and as with everything this time of year, we're going to have to cancel our Show and Shine for this year. This was going to be our 10th year doing it, so which seems like we just started doing it, and boom, it's 10 years later. Yeah. But we've done that every year at the school. We work with the Auto Technology program and our auto body program. So Tim and I work together to set that up, and then we try to showcase our programs by doing that, get people on campus to see our projects that we're building. So like when we did the C10 3 years ago, that's where we unveiled that. And then every car that we do. So.
Wow. The C10, man. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. I used to get this trucking, like a trucking magazine, man. And they would always slam these C10s, man, on the ground. And, man, they just looked just great. Okay, so here it is, man. Last minute, I got to ask you this, right?
Okay.
I'm scared of the 572 Big Block, right? I'm scared of it. So I guess I would ask you, what's your favorite engine, bro? If you could put anything in back of you right now in that thing right there, in back of that beast in back of you, what would it be?
Well, it's funny is I get that question a lot, or people say, there used to be this saying that was really popular. There's no replacement for displacement. That was always the, put the biggest engine in possible. And I used to kind of believe that. And the 572, it's a cool engine. But then as technology progressed and things, then my saying on that kind of changed. So now when people say, there's no replacement for displacement, I say, except for technology and boost. And basically the modern engine, which now the LS is become the popular engine, they say, well, why is that so great? It's not as big as the 572, but it can make as much power. Well, why? Well, it's all the technology that we have as far as everything that goes into the design and then the computer controls. So it's hard when people say, I want to do a swap to my, let's say a 66 C10. What should I put in there? Should I put a big block? Should I do this? I said, you can't go wrong with a modern fuel injected engine because the technology no matter what they did back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it can't compete to what we're doing technology-wise today.
Yeah,
so.
And if it could, what the heck are we doing it for, right? Wow.
Exactly.
So here it is, y'all. If you're at home watching this, and you just got to do something and you're good with your hands, and you're just like to fix things or repair things, whatever that might be, right? And you're listening to this right now, now's the time to register for Western Iowa Tech, and even in the Auto Technology program. Get a hold of Shane. Shane, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, if you call the school, they can forward you to my program, which you can leave a voicemail there, email me through the school. But they also give me my phone number, so you can just call me. Okay. My personal phone number through the school too. So I know it's a little tougher to get a hold of anybody at this time, but.
No, it is. But hey, those students, those are the ones that you want, is the ones that kind of go through a little something to get a hold of you, because that shows that their heart is there, right?
Yep.
All right. So, well, I hope you're staying safe. Hope your family's staying safe. Oh, shouts out to Ben. I didn't mention Ben. Ben from Auto Paint. Or is it Auto Collision?
Auto Collision.
Oh, man, goodness, man. Yeah. So Ben runs the club, the Auto Tech Club. So anyway, I just wanted to give him a shout out too. And man, this is awesome. I look forward to this. This is kind of what I like with cars, even though I don't know much about them, dude. But I love to see them go down the street.
Well, hey, you can come to my class. There you go.
Man, I'd bust my knuckles, man. Well, anyway, have a good day. God bless your family, man. It was awesome talking with you, Shane, and have a good day.
Appreciate it, Mike.
All right, bro. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
See ya.